Hi and welcome back to Kev's Shed. This time we're looking at a critical piece of kit for anyone that's shooting on a DSLR or a large sensor video camera which doesn't have built-in neutral density filters. If you want to create those super sexy shallow depth of field shots, or just want to control the amount of light coming into your lens so that you can operate within the sweet spot of the lens, which will probably be two f-stops above or below the maximum and the minimum aperture size on your lens, then you're going to need some means of controlling the amount of light coming into your camera. Now you can do this, there are various types of ND, but the one we're going to be looking at today and the one that I've just acquired is a fader ND, which is basically two polarized lenses which sit together, and as you turn them it increases and decreases the amount of light that's going through the actual filter. Now I did buy one of these before when I originally bought my DSLR, and it was a cheap Chinese import, about 20 quid off of eBay. It does the job. It does reduce the amount of light coming into the camera, but the quality is not brilliant. It's also a little bit fiddly to use. You've got to get your finger on this edge of the lens around here, and it's actually quite fiddly to do when you get it on. And as I say, the quality, certainly when you're using quite a large amount of ND on here, it does degrade the picture somewhat. However, it did actually get me hooked on fader NDs and made me want to look for something better. And there's a few out there, but the one that really took my attention was the Genus Fader ND. Now, this is a different bit of kit altogether. It's about 125 quid, including the VAT in the UK. It will be a different price around the world, but essentially better made. You can feel it straight away when you start to operate the unit. It's a nice bit of action as you turn the two filters against each other. It's a small addition, but it's a really important one, is this little control arm that screws into the side of the front element, so that when you've got it on the camera, you can easily turn the fader up and down from its minimum to its maximum. And the glass quality on this, the optics on it are much better. And on the cheaper version, if you hold it up to light, you can actually see some imperfections in the lens, but with the Genus, it's absolutely spot on. The fader ND filters come in various thread sizes, and you want to make sure you buy one which is the largest thread size for your biggest lens, and then use a series of step-up rings to step that down to your smallest lens. That way you'll only have to buy one fader ND, and these step-up rings, they're not a lot of money, so certainly cheaper than buying a range of fader NDs. You can spend more money. The other alternatives are to have fixed value NDs which you put onto the front of the lens, but you're going to be on and off all the time as you want to vary the amount of neutral density. Or you could go for a matte box arrangement where you're dropping ND filters into the front of the matte box. But I think for run and gun situations and where you want to really quickly adjust the amount of neutral density, then this fader ND is absolutely spot on, and the Genus one is about as good as you're going to get for that kind of money. So thanks for joining me in Kev's Shed, and I hope to get another one of these out very soon.